Hi guys, I'm Mr. Razor and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you my October 2020 bullet journal setup. The pens I will be using include my Pigram Microns, mainly the Bold Graphic 1 pen for all the super thick lines and marks that I'll be making. And then I will actually also be using my new Sharpie S Gel pens that I have in both 0.5 and 0.7 millimeter tips for all the smaller lettering and numbers, as they are literally the smoothest pens I have ever written with, and they write like there's a layer of jelly on the tip, making every move of the pen perfectly smooth, and they don't skip. And so the smoothness has really helped comfort like all the anxiety I always have when I am making these videos, because the pen doesn't scratch or stutter in its tracks, leaving everything very nice and smoothly done. And lastly, I also have my Uniball Signo Bold White pen as my makeshift correction pen to cover up any small mistakes I made or like smudges. It works perfectly, especially in this Archer and Olive notebook, since the pages are crisp white, which blends in perfectly with the white ink of the pen. And now for this month, the font I chose to go with is this spooky font that I simplified from another spooky Halloween font that I found on dafont.com, which is like a site with tons of fonts that you can scroll through and download to use. I chose this spooky font, of course, to match with the Halloween theme that goes on for October. However, this doesn't mean that you have to use this font for a Halloween theme setup. You can easily incorporate this font into whatever theme you might be focusing on. So with this title page, I did a bit more with this title page compared to my usual minimalist pages, with nothing but the name of the month and the calendar on it. This is because I was playing around with the style of the page. I thought it would be interesting to add in a simple cauldron to put the calendar in, and then that led me to adding in some more magical flames going up from it. I was simply just like doodling around with the page and came up with this, and I actually really like it. It's still very simple and minimalist, and if you want to take out the cauldron and doodles part, you can easily do so and just have the name of the month and calendar there. Other than this page and one other page you'll see later, the rest of the pages still stick to my usual bare bones minimalist style, though I will most likely add in some more doodles throughout the month myself for fun. Moving on to the monthlies, starting as usual with the calendar setup. Pretty straightforward setup here. The only note here on this page is how I blew up the size of the letterings for the days of the week, which was this little simple style that I added something more different to the calendar. And of course, on the side, I have a section for notes, and at the bottom is some more extra space to add in any other little trackers or anything that you'd like to incorporate. Or you can be like me and just use it for doodle space. The next page here is my YouTube plan, film, edit, and post page, where I basically write down the titles of the videos I will be making and what dates I will be planning, filming, editing, and then posting the final video. This is only my second month using this, and so far it's worked pretty well. So I'm keeping it very simple and pretty much the same layout as my September setup. And next with my finances page. Again, another one of those newer spreads that I started last month was starting this new bullet journal. I had to do quite a few adjustments to this page since I realized that since I mainly used my credit card, I needed to separate everything into different sections rather than just having one running log of plus whatever I made or minus whatever I spent. Since everything logs onto my credit card statement, which is paid every month, what I did here on this page was have the month's payment at the top as my credit card statement is or due at the beginning of each month. Then I have a section for logging all my earnings, and then a separate section to log the expenses made as a reference towards the next credit card statement that will be paid the following month. And to round up the balance in my bank, I have a spot to record the starting and ending balance. Now back with some of my older spreads, my grocery weekly sales log and my sleep tracker. Last month, I changed up the layout for the grocery sales page and it worked pretty well. But since the start of this month, in the ending of this month is right in the middle of each of the weeks of the weekly flyer sales from the stores I go to. It kind of makes it difficult to do the 4 charts for each week within the month, as they run over into and out of it. Hence why I reverted back to the old layout I used before in my past monthlies in my previous bullet journal, with a running log of the sales going down the page, and I will draw a line to split off one week from another as they roll by. And now for the sleep tracker page. Again, nothing out of the ordinary, very straightforward setup, as there are only so many ways one can set up this page, as you do need the full set page to create the chart of each month. And to record the hours slept, I will simply draw a line from the time I went to bed and the time I woke up on that day. Continuing with my regular old spreads, here I put my mood and habit tracker back onto one page in a more compressed format. The reason why I did this is because later on I have another spread in which I wanted more space for, so I saved a page by compressing these 2 trackers here. This also gave me a chance to be a bit more creatively minimalist, to work around with my style to reformat these trackers. The mood tracker still uses the split 2 moods a day, one for the so-called AM or otherwise first half of the day, and then the PM is for the second half of the day. Then I'll be simply using the negative sign, a wavy dash, and a positive plus to jot down the 3 moods of bad, okay, and great, as I have been doing in my previous versions of the spread. Then for the habit tracker, I simply took one of the more traditional grid versions of the habit tracker and adapted it to fit the overall layout style I've been going with. And I used the abbreviations for the habits across the page and the days of the month going down. Next, I have my Songs of the Month page. Very simple version of a playlist page, or a page for listing all the songs that are on the top of your playlist for the month. In each of these rounded rectangles, there is a simple spot to write the title of the song at the top, and then the name of the artist at the bottom. And I can always add more rectangles later if I need more. And now here is a spread I was talking about earlier, in which I expanded with an extra page. This is the lyrics page in which I wanted like more space for, because I know that there are a ton of new songs out and I've been listening to a lot more songs and tons of new lyrics. And there are tons of new lyrics that I am getting into. Hence, I need more space to write them all down. And also, since I am writing like entire choruses and or phrases, they take up a lot of space. So that's also why I obviously need more space. And now, last but not least of the monthly spreads, before I head to my weeklies, I have my movies and TV shows list of what I watched for the month. It's another simple chart with a spot for the date I watch the movie or show, and a place to write down the main 2 or 3 stars of the film. And then, as usual, I have my brain dump page that is just that simple open page to write down all kinds of things, thoughts, or notes down. So before I head into my weeklies, I wanted to give you guys a heads up on my 2 current giveaways. And you heard that right, as I do have 2 giveaways going on right now, not just one. First up, I have my 1K subscribers giveaway, which includes basically everything you need to start out your own new bullet journal. Included in it includes a bullet journal, a set of Tombow dual brush pens, stickers, and washi tape, and much more. This giveaway will end on October 4th, 2020. And in the other giveaway, I am giving away an Archer & Olive B5 undated monthly planner, which normally costs $40. This planner features the thick 160 GSM paper with crisp white pages. Perfect for all kinds of pens, pencils, and even paint. This second giveaway ends on October 11th, 2020. So make sure to enter both of these giveaways. To enter, simply check out the videos, which you can easily find by going to my channel page. And I'll also have them linked down below in the description. They are both completely free, and I wish good luck to everyone that enters. Moving on to my weeklies now. I did another kind of title page for my weeklies, since I had the space to. And these first pages are the only 2 pages that I kind of fiddled around with and added a few little doodles. As you'll see with the pumpkin, I did a very similar thing as I did with the cauldron on the first month of this page. I did make a few little mistakes here. First, a little with the spacing, in which I should have scooted the calendar over to the right by 1 square to make it even inside the pumpkin. But later I fixed it by simply adding a little glare effect on the pumpkin in the extra space. The other tiny little mistake is that I technically wrote O's for the zeros in the numbers in the calendar dates, because the O's have the opening at the bottom for the uppercase, and then the zeros have the opening at the top. And this is just for the calendar within the pumpkin. Overall, I'm quite happy with my weeklies this month, since I still kept it very bare and minimalist, but added in a little movement and variations with the layout. I actually do have some Halloween washi tape in which I plan to incorporate into these pages, and I'll be showing all those later doodles and washi tape on my social media when I get to it. So make sure to go follow me on my social media to get the latest content and additional content. And so that is everything for my October 2020 bullet journal setup. I kept everything very bare and minimalist as usual, other than a few doodles added in here and there, but all simple and easy ones too. I do have a set of Halloween themed doodles from last year, and I'll have that linked in the description below if you want to go check that out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Also follow me on my social media for even more content and updates on things going on. In addition to bullet journaling, I also do lots of art and drawing videos to stationery hauls and unboxings. And don't forget to enter for those 2 big giveaways happening right now. I will have even more giveaways in the near future, so again, don't forget to subscribe with those notifications on so you don't miss out. And also, I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next.